Alright, welcome to today's stream. Hope you are all doing good as we covering this obviously terrible situation coming out of Los Angeles as the fires continues to strike. So, here's what we currently need to know as this unfolds. Let me just know the details. So currently we still have 4 major wildfire going on, and officials says at least 10 people have died so far, but that's not the official death toll as they cannot investigate while the fires continues, and more than 100,000 people remain on evacuation orders and others evacuation warnings. And so honestly, yesterday was quite a brutal day after millions of people received accidentally an evacuation warning, which honestly caused some panic for obvious reasons. So obviously officials apologize for that mistake and told people to not disable the alerts. And now more than 10,000 properties have been destroyed so far, with entire neighborhoods being destroyed. And well, what we know is that the fires continues, and obviously it's not good, because obviously, and also firefighters are expecting some dry conditions and wind to continue, which obviously, once again, as I said earlier, is not good. So let me just get the news on here. I'll put back the intro while you wait. I'll be right back.
Memo to the Board of Fire Commissioners where you expressed your concern that you were not going to be able to do your job. Your firefighters would not be able to respond adequately to a major emergency like a wildfire, like what we're seeing right now.
Right. So understanding where our services gaps are, number one, is understanding where our firefighters need in regard to their equipment. Now, let's focus back on what our people need, and what they need to be is properly funded and equipped. Whether it's $7 million or not, it doesn't matter. It impacts our ability, just like you said with the board report, of our ability to provide service, and that's on a normal day. Our firefighters are running over 1,500 calls. They're transporting 650 patients a day on a normal day, let alone the last 3 days of what we've had with significant impacts that have changed the communities that we serve, their lives forever. So with that, we're going to continue to fight for what we need to. That is my job as the fire chief of the best fire department in the world.
In December, you wrote that memo. You said that these budget cuts were going to severely affect your department, from everything from brush clearance checks to make sure homeowners were doing what they needed to do, to fire hydrant checks. And yet you heard the mayor just yesterday say, no, those cuts did not affect the ability to serve and would not have changed anything in this situation. What is going through your mind? And I know this is difficult. There are a lot of politics at play. You are a politician. You are the woman responsible for all these men and women at LA City Fire and for our residents in the city of Los Angeles. When you hear the mayor say it didn't affect anything at all, what is going through your head? If you can share that with us.
Sure. So just full transparency. Again, my position is to make sure that our people get what they need to do their jobs, and also, mind you, get to go home to their families. The amount of calls that our firefighters are running today has doubled since 2010, a 55% increase with 68 less people. Full transparency, this isn't a new problem for us. Since the 3 years that I've been in the seat, I've sounded the alarm to say we need more. This is no longer sustainable. So with that, we're now in a position to be properly funded. We are.
And that was just some of the great interview there by Fox 11 with the LA fire chief talking about the latest in the crisis of Southern California. We'll keep an eye on that right here for you, as always, on Live Now from Fox. Always great to be with you. I'm your host, Mike Page, as we continue to bring you some of the day's biggest top stories right here on Live Now from Fox. And another big one was that the Trump hush money case finally got resolved after really sentencing delay. Now, Trump was sentenced earlier today. And let's go out to New York. Fox 5's Morgan McKay with the latest on this big story for the president-elect.
Case took around 30 minutes, and although he won't be facing any penalties in just 10 days, Trump will technically be the first convicted felon sworn in as president.
Sir, I wish you Godspeed as you assume your second term in office.
Judge Juan Merchan sentencing President-elect Donald Trump to unconditional discharge, which means that Trump will not face any prison time, nor will he be forced to pay any fines. However, this does mean that Trump will now be the first convicted felon to become president.
Your Honor, this has been a very terrible experience.
Trump appeared virtually in court from Florida and took the opportunity to argue again that this case was politically motivated.
It's been a political witch hunt. It was done to damage my reputation so that I'd lose the election.
But prosecutor Josh Steinglass argued that it was a unanimous jury that found Trump guilty of 34 counts of false business records in order to hide hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels in an effort to influence the 2016 presidential election. Steinglass accused Trump of showing no remorse for his actions and said Trump instead has promised retribution.
Instead of preserving, protecting, and defending our constitutionally established system of criminal justice, the defendant, the once and future President of the United States, has engaged in a coordinated campaign to undermine its legitimacy.
I very much disagree.
Trump's attorney, Todd Blanche, pushing back, arguing that Americans made their opinions known about the
Sorry for that, but apparently they don't, really don't control wildfires. Sorry for that. My mistake once again.
the Chapala Drive street in that Huntington Palisades neighborhood. And this street is like many in this neighborhood. Mostly all of the homes are gone. They're all disintegrated down to their foundations. The only thing you could really see is the chimneys most of these homes had made of brick. You could see burnt basketball courts, burnt cars, some classic cars. You could just imagine what the memories of this neighborhood had together on this street. Even the trees charred and gone. There is still one house that we saw on this block particularly, but even though it hasn't been burned to the ground, there is substantial damage from the smoke. And so this is really just a glimpse of how many of these Palisades neighborhoods look, just a shell of what it once was. Now, we have seen some officials coming around. We know that damage inspections do continue. The initial assessments show that over 5,300 structures have been destroyed here for the Palisades fire. Now, CAL FIRE says those numbers do still have to be verified, but if those numbers stand, if they are what they appear to be, that then the Palisades fire would be the third most destructive fire in California history. We've heard about how destructive it's been in Los Angeles history, but now we are talking third in state history. The winds, though, that's the big story, how they have really diminished. Yesterday, they were much less, very more calm, at least here in the areas that we've been, the residential neighborhoods, the Palisades Village, which was able to give firefighters a chance to get those aircraft back up, those super scoopers being able to pick up the water and drop it onto the fire. But unfortunately, yesterday evening, a civilian drone collided with one of those super scoopers. That aircraft was actually damaged. It had to be grounded, and it's no longer in service, which we know is a big blow to the firefighting efforts here. You know, the firefighters have been able to contain this fire just a little bit, even though it has still grown. And of course, fire progression is what they are trying to avoid today. That's their main objective. They are trying to make those contingency lines. There was a town hall last night for the Palisades fire, and officials said it would take about 48 hours to build those contingency lines. And what those are beyond the fire lines. And so if the winds were to pick back up and this fire were to kind of start growing in other directions, hopefully those contingency lines would keep it contained. Now, in addition to that, the California National Guard has been activated as additional resources, 10 water-dropping helicopters supplied by them. And the state is also receiving additional support from nearby states. But the red flag warning does remain in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. Although the winds have decreased, they will continue to do so into tomorrow. We'll get more of a sea breeze from the south to the north. But forecasters are warning that they are expecting a weak to moderate Santa Ana wind event to begin on Sunday, could go through Wednesday, with maybe the peak and the strongest winds happening on Tuesday, which means there's still a high likelihood of critical fire weather. And so the hope is that firefighters can get as much control as possible on this Palisades fire.
All right, Sarah Pila, thank you so much for your reporting. California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara has issued a mandatory one-year moratorium protecting homeowners' insurance coverage in areas affected by the Palisades and Eaton fires. The moratorium prohibits insurance companies from enacting non-renewals and cancellations until January 7th, 2026. Lara said the rule will apply to all homeowners within the perimeter or adjoining zip codes of those two massive fires, regardless of whether they suffered a loss. He spoke earlier today at a press conference.
I'm also calling on insurance companies to suspend any pending non-renewals and cancellations that homeowners received before these fires started. This means that if you've received a non-renewal from your homeowner's insurance between October 9th and January 7th, essentially 90 days, your insurance company should do the right thing and retain you as a valued policyholder. I call upon all property insurance companies to pause these non-renewals and cancellations and provide essential stability for our communities, allowing consumers to focus on what's important at the moment: their safety and recovery.
All right, Laura reiterated the reason the people don't make any rash decisions right now. Take your time as you're moving forward. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to give you an image of the smoke still lingering over Los Angeles as we head out right now. And a new update from Governor Gavin Newsom ordering an investigation into LA DWP and that loss of water pressure during the firefight.
As a journalist for decades in Southern California, I've learned the news that matters never stops. The Rush Hour on Spectrum News 1 catches you up on the day's latest news and developing stories. We're the new primetime, with in-depth interviews and up-to-date information on what's impacting our community. Plus, your latest forecast.
Hello, everyone. I'm Giselle Fernandez. Here are today's top stories.
The Rush Hour on Spectrum News 1, weekdays starting at 4 p.m., available on all your favorite devices.
At Spectrum Enterprise, we give over 80% of the Fortune 500 the technology solutions they need to meet their growing business demands. Whether it's ultra-fast connectivity, seamless transactions, safe and secure data, or reliable always-on technology, these businesses demand better, and we're here to deliver it. Get a network you can rely on with our 100% uptime SLA guarantee.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back.
To learn from the pioneers and
to gain inspiration from those who came before us.
To show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels,
that's a love we can all fight for.
Saturdays, Spectrum News 1 presents
In Focus SoCal, where we delve into the issues that impact you and the community you live in.
a half-hour show digging into the issues that impact Southern California. Your city, your issues.
Thank you for joining us today.
Your show. In Focus SoCal, Saturday mornings at 11 on Spectrum News 1. Also available on the Spectrum News app.
Good afternoon, I'm Taylor Borgano. Here's your Spectrum News 1 update. President-elect Donald Trump was sentenced in his hush money trial today, but faces no jail time. A New York judge sentenced him to unconditional discharge, which means while he avoids time behind bars, he remains a convicted felon. Trump says he plans to appeal this sentencing. Thousands of Venezuelans and Salvadorians already living in the U.S. can legally remain another 18 months. The announcement comes just a week before President-elect Donald Trump is set to take office with promises of hardline immigration policies. The move does not provide a long-term path to citizenship. 4 people were hurt at a snowy takeoff in Atlanta. More than 200 people were evacuated from the plane after an apparent engine issue. Passengers claim that the plane's engine caught on fire. The incident comes as a powerful winter storm dumps heavy snow in the American South. U.S. hiring picked up in December, according to the newest U.S. jobs report from the U.S. Labor Department. Officials say the economy added 256,000 jobs, nearly 100,000 more than expected. The unemployment rate also saw a drop to 4.1%. The strong report could cause the Federal Reserve to temper its plan to cut interest rates.
Time now for Weather on the Ones. I'm meteorologist Fernando Fuhrer. Good news, red flag warnings expire tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll still have some light offshore winds through the early afternoon. Later on in the afternoon, that sea breeze kicks in, bringing us a little bit more moisture. And then for your Saturday, we have another weak surge of a little bit stronger of a push of offshore winds. But by the afternoon, winds die down. Just make note, by middle of next week, another stronger Santa Ana wind event begins.
Welcome back to your afternoon. I am Kate Cagle. You are looking right now. This is a camera at the 405 looking out on West LA, and just look at that smoky air condition air quality once again affecting so many of us. Even if you're not under evacuation orders or warnings right now, we are all breathing the smoke and seeing the ash from these fires in our area. Please be careful. I hope you are watching this coverage from home. Even if you had to work, I hope you have a work from home day. I could really see a decrease in the traffic today. Hopefully people are able to really just stay home with their families, stay off the road, stay inside. You want to have that AC. Try to save yourself from breathing in as much of the smoke as possible. By the way, we are continuing to track that new fire in Granada Hills. It's still only a couple acres inside. The LA City Fire Department did issue some mandatory evacuation orders. That's for the communities between Balboa Boulevard and Tampa Avenue, north of Sunshine Canyon Road. This fire is only a little bit southwest of the Hearst fire, which has been burning in the Sylmar area. These are the real latest evacuation orders we've been telling you all morning. This evacuation notification system from LA County is on the fritz. In fact, just as we were sitting here, a member of our crew got a notice to evacuate from inside our studios in El Segundo. We are not under evacuation orders. Officials say that they do not understand what is happening to the alert system right now. They don't want you to turn off the alerts on your phone, but you got to be skeptical now. So you can either go stations, including us. You can turn to us. We are covering these fires. We will give you the most accurate information that we can. We're also bringing you on the ground reports. So we're going to go to Sarah Peel right now, who has been tracking the Palisades fire since it broke out. Right now, I'm told that you are in the Huntington Palisades community. Sarah, let us know what you're seeing.
Yeah, Kate, this is the Chapala Drive street in that Huntington Palisades neighborhood. And this street is like many in this neighborhood. Mostly all of the homes are gone. They're all disintegrated down to their foundations. The only thing you could really see is the chimneys most of these homes had made of brick. You could see burnt basketball courts, burnt cars, some classic cars. You could just imagine what the memories of this neighborhood had together on this street. Even the trees charred and gone that we saw on this block particularly. But even though it hasn't been burned to the ground, there is substantial damage from the smoke. And so this is really just a glimpse of how many of these Palisades neighborhoods look, just a shell of what it once was. Now, we have seen some officials coming around. We know that damage inspections do continue. The initial assessments show that over 5,300 structures have been destroyed here for the Palisades fire. Now, CAL FIRE says those numbers do still have to be verified, but if those numbers stand, if they are what they appear to be, that then the Palisades fire would be the third most destructive fire in California history. We've heard about how destructive it's been in Los Angeles history, but now we are talking third in state history. The winds, though, that's the big story, how they have really diminished. Very more calm, at least here in the areas that we've been, the residential neighborhoods, the Palisades Village, which was able to give firefighters a chance to get those aircraft back up, those super scoopers being able to pick up the water and drop it onto the fire. But unfortunately, yesterday evening, a civilian drone collided with one of those super scoopers. That aircraft was actually damaged. It had to be grounded, and it's no longer in service, which we know is a big blow to the firefighting efforts here. You know, the firefighters have been able to contain this fire just a little bit, even though it has still grown. And of course, fire progression is what they are trying to avoid today. That's their main objective. They are trying to make those contingency lines. There was a town hall last night for the Palisades fire. And officials said it would take about 48 hours to build. Those are beyond the fire lines. And so if the winds were to pick back up and this fire were to kind of start growing in other directions, hopefully those contingency lines would keep it contained. Now, in addition to that, the California National Guard has been activated as additional resources, 10 water-dropping helicopters supplied by them. and the state is also receiving additional support from nearby states. But the red flag warning does remain in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. Although the winds have decreased, they will continue to do so into tomorrow. We'll get more of a sea breeze from the south
Yeah, branch 1, branch 10 on command. Branch 10, branch 1, go ahead. Are you still over on the same area on that top of Mulholland, unpaved? Affirmative, I was just down off of Sullivan Ridge from where I met you last. I'm working my way towards you. Communications, Division Juliet, with emergency traffic. Division Juliet, communications, go with your emergency traffic. I have a civilian medical. This will be at 934 Las Lomas. Point of contact will be 2802 Alpha. I'll be making my way to that location to gather more intel. Communication copies. You have an emergency for a civilian at 934 Las Lomas. Point of contact is going to be 2802 Alpha. When you get more information, let us know. Communications, Juliet. Go ahead for communications. Only other information at this time is a syncopal episode, a medical. I'd like to request a ground ambulance to that location. Communication copies, a syncopal medical. Do you have age, approximate age, gender? Not at this time. DAC Air Operations Command. Yeah, W Operations, you got traffic? Air Attack, Air Operations, Command. Air Operations, go for Air Attack on command. Secondary brief frequency 113.1750. 113.1750. Yeah, that doesn't work on our AM radios, man. We can't get below 118. Copy, stand by. Communications, Juliet, on TAC, or on command, correction. Division Juliet, communications. The patient will be 50-year-old male. They're ETOH, but altered, and ALS is on scene. Communication copies. You have a 50-year-old male, ETOH altered with ALS on scene. Stand by, we're getting a ALS rescue to your location. I'll advise the ETA. Julia copies. Go ahead, Branch. A firm. Division Juliet from communications. Communications, Division Juliet trainee. Do you have traffic for Division Juliet actual? Division Juliet trainee, yes. Update, you're going to be receiving Rescue 59, Rescue 59, and LAFD incident number 1296. 1296. Julia trainee copies Rescue 59er and LA incident number 1296. Additional, can you request LE code 2? Communication copies request LEO code 2 to your locations. Communications Division Juliet trainee on command. Juliet trainee, communications go. Request that rescue unit upgrade to code 3 and advise on the ETA. Division Juliet trainee from communications. They are coming code 3. LAFD does not give ETAs. Juliet trainee copies. Communications, Juliet, on command. Division Juliet, communications. We're going to make Juliet trainee the point of contact on the incident. I'll be leaving the scene. Communication copies. Division Juliet trainee is going to be the point of contact. Communications clear. 1504. Camera elevate. 7 Alpha Hotel.
Okay, so welcome back. We are back here with coverage and now, obviously, continuing to cover this event. That is still a surprise. So, I'm just, yeah, okay. Do we have Ellen? Do we have? Yeah, okay. So, Ellen, welcome to the stream. So, what's the latest on the situation?
At least 10 dead.
Yeah, we actually just you.
Okay.
So it is the estimated dovetail, but they cannot.
Yes.
They cannot.
LAPD has a suspect in custody that they think is the arsonist, which I think he could be too because he had a blowtorch and all that stuff. So,
What's the which fire again?
I'm pretty sure it's the Kenneth fire that he started.
Oh yeah, right. Thank you for I've forgotten. So yeah, we officially continue to follow that as you can see some live images coming out of Los Angeles. And yeah. So
LAFD is working tirelessly. So is the we want to thank all our first responders that are trying to keep this from happening. We are not sure if it was the that the guy LAPD took into custody. It could not be him. It very well could not be.
but you're welcome, Abby, but obviously the only thing we can do is keep our eyes. We've been covering this for 3 days and not a lot has changed.
It has been
As you can see down the text, we have three details of every fire and how contained they are, and as you can see, containment have started pretty good. The most contained fire right now
we
is
have
the
a
Lydia
fire.
fire. It is contained at 75%.
Okay, we have a new fire. The Archer fire has started near Palisades Park. It's probably about 1 or 2 miles away from the Hearst fire.
It's currently sitting at 19 acres and is still not contained. So, and I was the good news is that
I don't think there's evacuation warnings on it yet.
No, and what's funny is that actually we had an evacuation warning that was sent to a bit too many people. And
yes, I'm pretty sure that was for all of Los Angeles. I think the there could have been evacuations for parts of Los Angeles that need to still be issued. The Palisades fire is still growing, and I think at least.
Yeah.
Near Acton, California. Okay, the Palisades fire is 8% contained,
Yeah,
and the
so that's a
Eaton
good
fire.
They're expecting
The Eaton fire is 3% contained.
Yeah, they're expected for the Eaton fire. They're expected to be contained a bit more tonight. So
yes,
yeah, so keep an eye.
And the Hearst fire is contained a bit too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also for those who we're gonna go off topic a bit, but if you notice the intro, yeah, I did make a new intro. So
yes.
So yeah. So
don't know what fire I have eyes on, but I think there's a new one that just started. Okay, I think we have a new fire that just started. It's near the Archer fire.
You're kidding me.
It is very out of place though. No, I'm not. I have a camera on it right now.
No, you're kidding me.
I'm not. Hold up. Here, I can screen it. I can screen share.
Yeah.
Like, no cap.
No cap. What a beautiful rot.
No cap.
And actually, the Palisades fire has grown to 21,000 acres. So, thank you. I'll stop my screen share because it makes my very slow. So, let me put your screen on.
Okay, yep. Here it is.
My computer becomes very laggy. It's not fun. Let me just.
This is possibly a new fire. Hold
and
up.
Also, staying in the topic of the fire, the Weather Channel is currently under controversy after accidentally showing what seemed to be human remains.
Damn. Okay. So yes, I think this is a new fire.
Perhaps it is.
I don't know if LAFD knows about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I might as well just post this on Twitter. I think this is near. What road is it? This is in the hills near Palisades Park area.
Damn.
Yeah, this is a new fire.
Yeah.
Oh crap. All right, tweet LAFD in this too. And yeah, I'll see what I can do. Cuz that's a new fire.
Let me just. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see what those street names are.
Sorry, I'm currently messing with the graphics to see if we can maybe have one that doesn't hide Roland too much.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's. No, we're just gonna keep on the news.
Okay, I think this is a new fire.
I'm gonna just.
You know, stop screen share.
Put ourselves on the side. There you go.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is a new fire that has started near the
Yeah, that seems to be a new fire.
Yes. Okay, what's this camera? Yeah, the Palisades Park area.
Oh, that seems like a pretty populated area. Yes.
Okay. Gonna try looking this up.
And also,
wow, this fire is spreading quickly too.
We also have lots of update on that situation at the Discord Winter Center, so scan the QR code to join today. As we have obviously lots of coverage on there on these wildfires. We actually even have some members staying up all night to bring you coverage of that. So that's pretty good for when, us, we go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is near Brentwood. No. Kenneth Fire. This is near the Kenneth Fire, I think.
Oh boy.
No. Okay, Rock Purdy. Or oh god. Rocky Park. There's a Nike missile site. What?
Okay. Yeah, guys, that's a new fire. You just saw some smoke moving, and it doesn't seem to be coming out of another fire.
That's a new fire. Oh well.
Maybe
oh yeah, look.
Yeah.
Oh wait, was that fire retardant?
That's a fire. That is clearly a fire.
Was that fire retardant? Oh yeah, there's fire retardant there, so LAFD knows about it. So
that's good.
I don't know. This fire hasn't been named yet, so.
And just so you know, when you go look at the satellite, you can see that like almost all the other clouds is completely covered in smoke.
Yeah. The only reason I'm here today is because I did not have school. I had 5 inches of snow, so. And I can probably be live for however long tonight. So, have we heard from Gray?
Some of the fires have been so strong that they appear on radar.
Yes. I have realized that on WeatherWise. There has been.
I see the fire. So yeah, continue coverage. We're gonna be here.
What happened to Gray?
He isn't joining us. Well,
I don't know. I haven't heard from him for a while.
No, he was active yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't see that. Oh yeah, it's showing up on radar.
Yeah. I don't know if you can show us the images. Would be great.
Oh yeah, it's showing up.
Yeah, it's like a very obvious one too.
The Eaton fire. Wow, I'm the satellite right now.
For those who are watching us, we have a planned coverage interruption at 6:25 p.m. We're gonna be hosting a private live for staff meeting, so obviously that will be a private live that you will probably not see.
Okay, yeah. There has been planes flying over this.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
Looks like it's a very fast spreading fire, so. Wow. Hold up. Okay. I'm gonna ping Gray right quick. He could be at school. Art. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do about this. Today, this whole week has been miserable for California. It has people's homes have been destroyed, and it's just not something to play around with. I was in class yesterday, and my teacher was talking about the incident that happened in New Orleans, and this kid started laughing.
Yeah, we continue to watch this because it's obviously a sudden situation. We were planning, you know.
The feds are actively working in this too, because they say it's a terrorist
We
attack.
were expecting fires, but fires like that, we did not. That was not expected.
No, we couldn't even see this stuff coming at all.
Actually, firefighters were preparing for like 1 or 2 major fires.
Okay, yeah, there's most likely a new fire. Yeah. Okay.
There were
near Santa Souza, Chatsworth. That probably needs to be put in evacuation order at least, not mandatory.
I wish I said is the LAFD knew there was gonna be fires, but they were expecting like 1 or 2 fires, not.
No. There are people on Twitter saying this looks like Gaza or Ukraine
I'm just gonna have to interrupt you. We have a press conference happening as we speak. So we will switch over there. Could you actually put it for me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, try to find. Let me just go find CNBC TV 18. They should be showing. So if you can find
ABC.
No,
what?
CNBC TV 18. They have an aerial view with the press conference. So we will be switching over there.
Okay, I can probably just find it on a different news station.
No, let me just send you the link in DMs.
Okay.
Share. Okay, look at your DMs. The stream queue, the group chat.
Alright.
Yeah. And while you do that, we're gonna just play the game while we do that. So you'll be
I can share it.
While they have raised $2.5 million from 4,000 generous donors. Visit calfund.org. I also mentioned that Airbnb has been working through the 211 online portal to provide free temporary housing. Now, the demand has been extremely high. Airbnb has increased their commitment to providing emergency assistance for now 25,000 evacuees, first responders, and others impacted by the fires. Visit 211la.org to get connected. With so many homes and businesses lost, we are already putting plans in place to make sure that we aggressively rebuild. My office is leading the city effort to clear the way. Wow. Red tape, bureaucracy, all of it must go. This will be an enormous undertaking, but we will be ready for it because we will not rely on the old way of doing things. For this recovery, we will have, like we have done in other areas, we shake up the system and move forward with new strategies and policies. I don't believe that there is anything that Angelenos cannot do if we stand together. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce LA County's 3rd District Supervisor, Lindsay Horvath.
Do we have a fire near East Los Angeles?
Good morning. I want to first start by thanking our first responders who were focused in the Topanga region yesterday.
We may have a fire in downtown, near downtown Los Angeles.
We're gonna have to cut that short. We have, because we have the planned stream interruption that will be starting soon. So, everyone has been here so far. Thank you for coming, and stay tuned. We might be back in a half an hour or so. Well, we do that. So while we do, I actually need to find a way where I can record the meeting without making it too public. So yeah. So for everyone who's been there, thank you for watching. We will be back very shortly once I have to do the other thing. So Roland, thank you for your help, and hopefully you can come back later.
Yes, I will be available. We may have a new fire near East Los Angeles.
We're gonna about that when we come back.